reading. Do you guys like to read? Side out. What books are you reading currently?
Comic books.
Comic books. Oh my gosh. Can you give us a couple titles?
I don't have any in my mind right now.
Okay. Well, I know you just came back from the library, right? Yesterday. And I got home and you had 5 different comic books at home, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Are they colorful or are they black and white?
they're colorful.
Okay. And what has been your favorite story so far?
The first book I read,
Okay. What was it about?
it was about a girl that was growing up, and she was actually 10 years old in that book. And she's growing up, and she's going through different grades, like 7th grade, 6th grade, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And she's realizing that she gets bored in the summer, so she gets a summer job. And it's a summer job at a pool, and
Ooh.
she gets to give kids or adults ice cream and stuff like that.
Okay. And at 10 years old, she was already working.
No,
Oh,
13.
13 years old. It reminds me of somebody. Man, don't you guys miss the good old days where we could put kids to work in a sweatshop? Okay, calm down, Danny. Yeah, well, anyways, so summer reading. Do you have any advice for parents that are struggling having their kids read?
You could probably make like a present for them, or probably reward them with something. If like, just say, perhaps you could say, if you read this book today, the whole day, I'll buy you this single toy or an ice cream they've been wanting, or a Nintendo Switch or a phone. I don't know, but it's the parents' decision, you know?
Yeah, no, that's beautiful. Okay, so a reward system would work really well, right? Maybe if they read 3 books this week, and there could be small, or if it's a bigger book, maybe if they finish the book in 1 or 2 weeks, they could get a reward, right? Yeah, and something that I like about what Zahira was doing, I noticed that she reads a lot of comic books. And as you guys know, comic books tend to have a lot of pictures. They're very colorful. But here's the thing about summer reading, at least from my perspective. It's not about getting them the book you guys want. It's about them being able to read the books that they want to read. Obviously, as adults, we have to supervise and make sure that the content that they're reading is healthy, it's good, right? Because there's a lot of books out there that may not be in line with our values, yes? But however, we should also let them be able to choose what kind of books they want to read. What are the things that they're interested in? What are some of the things that they want to pick up on, right? And I think there's a book out there for everybody. And if there's not, you can always pick up my book, Blind Painting Words of Love. So, yeah. And Saida, tell us a little bit about what are some of the things that inspire you to read?
What inspired me to read was actually nothing. Just reading my comic books because I love them. And nobody's buying your book, okay?
Okay, well, you know what? Thank you. Thank you for that plug-in. Yeah, and you know what? I think it's really cool that I remember the other day you were reading Babysitter's Club, right?
That was a few months ago.
It was a few months ago? Yeah. Yeah, and well, I think that book, when you were reading it to me, I thought it was really, really interesting, and I see how there's a lot of different perspectives, and that's what I like about when young people read books. It allows them to see different perspectives from different people's points of views, right? As they're reading, what does this teenager think? But what does that teenager think? Not only do you get to read what they're saying, you also get to read what they're thinking, what they're feeling. And it allows you to have a much better and a sharper brain when you're socializing with people. Maybe you have anxiety. Maybe you have social anxiety. Maybe you're going to go into middle school or high school. I remember, Saida, when you were going to middle school, when you had finished elementary school, how do you feel your first year of middle school?
Probably scared to not get too much homework and to probably make friends and stuff like that.
It's hard making friends when you're new out of school, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and now you have a bunch of friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love one of the girls' names. Her name is Kiriani's. And I always say, are you Kiriani's me right now again? Because, and it's fun to have them socialize. It's fun for them to connect, make friends. And I think one of the things that really surprises me about Zahira is how she's able to socialize with almost everyone. But she's also very smart at making sure that the friends that she chooses are good friends. And that's, I believe it has a huge part to do, not just with what we teach at home, but also with what she reads, because it gives her perspective on what good friends and what bad friends do. Isn't that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so what are some things that you look for in a friend?
That they're kind
Mm-hmm.
and that they love reading comic books like me and that they're silly, I guess.
That they're silly as well, right? So maybe some funny friends is always good. Yeah. Am I not the funniest person you ever met in your life?
Nope.
Well, thank you. I know I am. But yeah, you know what? I think it's really fun. It's really awesome. And I really hope that if you're watching this right now, go make friends. Go read a book. I know for me growing up, some of my favorite books were like Harry Potter. I really liked like the Magic School Bus books. Those were really fun. And there were different books like that, Chronicles of Narnia. And today I'm reading so many books. I just finished a book called Stormlight Archives. So I finished Warbreaker, Oathbringer. I'm in the middle of it. I'm reading them completely out of order. I love Star Wars books, and I hope that I can read a lot more books. Why don't you guys leave us your recommendations for some books down below?